Well, I forgot the GoPro home today, so the phone's gonna have to do. But I'm gonna start tearing the radio out of this thing. I bought a Bluetooth receiver. I'm basically gonna make like a Plex audio type of system in this. But I want to get the radio out. I want to try to get some rises on this bike over the winter. So we're gonna see, once we get the radio out, what else we need to do to modify this thing so we can put some actual risers on it, put some actual bars on it. Let's get to it. This is honestly gonna be pretty simple to get the radio pulled. All it is, obviously pulled my windshield off, pulled the outer fairing shell off. I'm sure you guys all know how to do it. I've done it a million times. I've been into this radio more times than I'd like to count. So now that I'm here, I just got to get the bracketry undone, and I should be able to slide this guy out of there and see if I need an adapter or if I can just straight up run risers. Now I got the radio all out. You can see right in here, you can see straight through. So you can see the little risers right here, the factory little risers on these baggers. So when you come around here to this side, I can see the bars, so I'm thinking if I could probably notch this out here. I'll build in a little fill plate here, make it look all pretty. So then I'll be able to run some risers up through here, some regular bars, and then with that fill plate, it'll look all natural. Then I did move my tweeters, so they're not just zip tied the bars anymore, look more clean. Had to move the fuel gauge and the oil pressure gauge up. They were down in the bottom holes. I just took out the two gauges in the bottom holes. One was voltage, one was ambient air temp. I have voltage gauge down here, so I don't really need it, and I don't really care for ambient air temp. So then all I did was I ran my wires. I moved the little boxes for the speakers. So they're kind of just tucked in here more. I got plenty of space to put an amp and everything in there, and I need to once I get that in. So all I've really done is just tuck some wiring, move some stuff around. I got to keep these harnesses, figure out what I need out of these for the Bluetooth receiver to run the radio. And once we get all that, we can get that wired in, and I can start figuring out what I want to do for bars and risers to get this thing dialed in for me next year. Still got the fairing apart, so while I'm in here, decided it's probably time to do some bars and risers like we talked about. So I went ahead and ordered some from TC Bros. So I went and got the 8.5-inch pullbacks from TC Bros, and the tracker bars. Not sure how I'm going to love them, but I know I like them on the Sporty, so I can always throw them on the other Sporty if I want to and get different bars for this. So all I got to do now, get all my controls taken off my bars, then I get the bars off, get the factory risers off, and start getting the new risers in and trimming what I need to trim. A little bit of help from Chi, we finally got the risers off and the bars off. So now we got to figure out, if you look down through here, you can kind of see those bolts. So we're going to have to trim some of this up, figure out exactly how much we need to trim, get those risers mounted in, and go from there. Still in the first mock-up stage. Get everything all kind of snugged up, but everything fits pretty good. Ended up just cutting this whole bottom piece right out of here. There wasn't going to be much left to it. It's going to just break off. So if I build a fill panel for this, I'll just make a little plate that kind of fills in it down there too. Got the risers all wrapped up. Everything's torqued. Everything's bolted up. So it feels pretty good. Get on the bike. I mean, if you look, you know, to me it feels great. I get up on the seat and it gets me right where I need to be. Still see all the gauges easy. You can even see down here with your neutral light and all that, your turn signals. Still see my oil pressure, fuel. It's cut off a little bit, but fuel gauge doesn't really work anyways, so all we got to do now is just get the rest of this trim back in here, finish all that up, and see how she feels.
What? Just turn it in the road. Don't turn it at the bottom.
We got my bagger back in the garage. It's been snowing like crazy. See, my car out here is covered. But finally got the amp and everything. So all I've done so far, I kind of just wired a couple things up. Just the easy stuff. Didn't want to bore you guys with that. Got my Bluetooth receiver here. Over to my RCA's on the back. So I got some more wires to hook up. I got my power cable here. I got some more speaker wire to go to the Tour Pack speakers. And then we just got to finish getting the thing mounted in there and wire it to the bike and see how it works. Finally got the amp all wired up. I just have it kind of tucked right in here, so you look through, you can kind of see it. Put a block off plate in there at some point, but got everything wired up. Everything works way louder. You can actually hear music when I ride. So now I just got to tuck all this wiring, get the front fairing back on, and obviously, I mean, this is my headlight connector, and then just tuck everything else back in here, and we'll get the fairing back together. And then we have one more thing to do to this bike, and she's pretty much wrapped up for the winter. Fairing's all back together. So now, all you gotta do to operate this thing, flip your key on, connect your phone, immediately hooks right up, and you start blasting music. All your audio controls right through your phone, change songs, change your volume, all that. So it'll be nice and simple. I can just throw my phone right here in the tank bag. Thanks, 248. Then I can just control everything right from there. It, you know, nice and simplified. You know, you can still, like I showed you before, you can kind of see everything through there. Got to finish tying everything up on those bars, cleaning everything up. But now the fairing is all back together, risers are done, and all that.
So we're in the shop again. Tom got a nice little present for Christmas.
So with the help of my wife bought me, you know, an easy pull, little muller for the trans. So this is the last step of what we got to do to this bike. So you just saw I just finished everything up here. So we're gonna pull the pipe off. We got to dig into the trans here. Clutch cable comes in there, and it just goes right in there. So we're gonna do that real quick.
Then honestly, the clutch isn't too bad. But like me, I still need all 4 fingers to pull it. Tom can probably do it with 2 fingers, but it's just gonna be way more buttery smooth. And we're just curious how much of a difference it actually does. Cover's never been off before. Fluid is new.
Yeah. Pretty fresh. Doesn't look too bad to do. I haven't done any research on this yet. Not gonna lie. So let's pop out probably the fill plug. Just make it a little easier. Honestly, we don't even need to.
Found the smell of burning gear oil.
But the oil still looks real good, so yeah, we're good there. So we'll throw this in real quick and see how it does.
And this is the muller right here. It's all we're replacing. So you pull it out. You want to keep the balls, you're going to replace those.
So this plate,
or reuse those.
Yep, and this plate only goes in one way. So I still pop this off. You'll see there's a little notch here. Lay it in so your balls face up. Throw your balls on the ground, I guess. Last one. And all this is gonna do, this is just gonna sit over top.
All back together. So you literally just slap her back on.
Simple as that.
We'll most likely need to adjust the clutch cable after, but
yep, right in the
we'll figure it out. All back together. Let's get his first review on it.
Bro, that's better than the fucking XR right there, bud. You feel that thing, dude? That's a one finger all day.
So I showed you it was 4 fingers. Literally 1 finger now.
That's nutty.
That is butter.
And we're 15 minutes into this install, and 10 of it was us just talking, hanging out, having a good time. This is, if you want something quick and easy to make that clutch way easier to pull, that's what you got to do.
It's not the cheapest, but would you say it's around $230? You think it's worth it?
100% worth it. I'm very happy with it.
For someone with weak hands, definitely worth it.
Not only that, I mean, I work with my hands all day long. I'm working vice grip, stuff like that, working cars. But even we did a couple trips onto this here where you're sitting in traffic, you're moving, you know, just first gear in and out of clutch. Your hand cramps up after a while. I don't think I'm gonna have that problem anymore. Well, thought I was done with this thing, but I came across a good deal on Marketplace, so I can't turn it down. So in about an hour or so, we're gonna go pick up some rear crash cages from Billet Bars. They're used on Marketplace. This guy has a really good deal on them. So all we're gonna do now is take off these stock bars and then the back bars there and see what we can do with the lower bar there. I want to try to run it if I can, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. So we're gonna get these rear cages off for now. Start with that, and soon enough we're gonna go pick up the billet bars and throw those on this thing. Back in the shop, just went and picked up the cages. So this is what we got here. It's a little used. This one's got a little scuff, but we're gonna make sure we get that taken care of at some point. Just billet bars. So we got this top plate in, and now we just got to figure out how they go on. We don't really have instructions for it. Like I said, they were used. We found them on Marketplace, so we're just gonna do what we can and figure this out. Pretty simple install. So we got this top bracket all bolted in nice and tight, and we got both cages bolted in. They just go to where your passenger floorboards normally would be. See there, this side obviously went down on it, so I'm gonna replace that piece. But I think you should still be able to get your passenger to put their feet right here on the bottom bar, and it should still work pretty good. So all in all, pretty nice. Finally got everything wrapped up for the winter on this bike. We got the seat on it, we have the crash cage on it, we got the bars, the risers, new radio setup. So now here in a couple weeks, we'll take her out for a ride and try everything out. I know it's a little dark in here, but really happy with how things came out with this thing. Did the clutch too. Keep forgetting about that, but that is butter. So stay tuned. A couple weeks, we'll be ripping this thing.